No.
Oh, good.
Oh, hey.
It said I was backstage.
Oh, no. What were you doing?
My mic was mute. Mic was muted while I was backstage. Just behind the stage of my performance. That was pretty simple. Hello? How are you today? Can you hear me? Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
This is wild.
Hi, everybody.
Hi,
It's a little quiet.
Is that? Hang on.
Just figuring out our new thing. See if I can. This is fun.
Try something else. Can you hear me or no?
I can.
Okay. Am I loud enough?
I think so.
Okay. Great. Great. I hope you're good today.
I am fine.
It's weird.
I was like, Andrew, I have to go. I have to do my live. I have to go.
Yeah. Yeah. I hope everything's okay.
Yeah. It's just a day, it's just fun times.
A day in the life of a beekeeper. So what? Tell me, and thanks for joining everyone. Trying to get the hang of this. Let me see if I could find the comments. Ooh. Okay. I don't see anything, but thank you everyone for joining. Normally I'm with Kim when we're doing a hive inspection, but today we're going to try things a little bit differently just because.
Oh, yeah.
So she is in her bee yard and I am in my yard. And Kim, what are you doing today? So if you joined us last week, is what are we doing?
Okay. So I just gotta, all right. Thank you everybody for joining in. And if we don't see you, just know that we do see you, but we appreciate you. So last week, yeah, if you were with us last week, Steph helped me split my hive. So this is my original hive and hadn't really gotten in there much. So I was assuming at some point when the hot weather hit, we were going to want to swarm. So I was trying to prevent a swarm. So she helped me find the queen. We just picked up the one box, moved it over, made a whole new hive there with the original queen and let it go for a couple of days. I ordered a queen from Mann Lake, a Buckfast queen, and she arrived. She was beautiful. We had wonderful fondant in there, and I installed her on Sunday. So now it's been 4 days. I want to come in and make sure she's out of her queen cage. And if she is not out, I'm going to help release her. So that's what we're doing. Did you hear any of that?
I heard, yeah,
It
that
cut
we
out.
looked in the hives and then.
Anyway, I hope you're here with us. If you have any questions, let me know. Let Steph know. We'd love to answer them for you. I'm probably going to do a quick inspection today just because it's not really the best weather here. It was just raining earlier and it's like 60 degrees. So I'm really just wanting to go in and make sure there's a queen in there and everything's good. And if I need to let her out of the cage, I will do that. So I'm really excited about it. We can also talk about there's a few different ways you can release a queen in your hive. And of course, there's lots of ways you can do anything with beekeeping. So what works for somebody might not work for somebody else. And I can show you what I did. So we'll get in here. Okay. Oh, They're already like not too happy, so we're gonna see how this goes.
Are
I
they
didn't even do
spicy
anything
today?
yet. All right. Oh, I gotta move this so you can see it. Got my high fetal trap.
How are they looking? Empty?
Yeah, there's no beetles on here. Oh wow. We got a lot of bees though. I made a video when I was installing her to say what um, frame I had her on. So I know she's on the 4th frame from the right. Oh shoot, guess what I forgot? My frame perch.
Oh no.
So I'm just seeing here.
Now, when did, I'm
Probably
sorry, because there was a lot of connection issue. I don't know on probably my end, but when did you install her?
Sunday. Oh man, there's a lot of bees in here. This is heavy. Sorry, I forgot my frame perch, everybody. Okay, so yeah, so you probably can't see very well. There we go. Um, so I put the queen cage in here on Sunday, and now I want to see if she has been released. So when we looked last week, um, there weren't really any eggs that I saw. There was some young larvae. But after thinking about it, I was going to have them make their own queen. But after thinking about it, I was like, well, I don't know how they're going to do. So let me just get a mated queen, make the process simpler, quicker. And when I opened to install her on Sunday, I noticed that they had only about 3 little queen cells. They were tiny. So I'm glad I got a queen. Now, there's a bee in here, but it's not the queen. So all the candy, let's get the bee out. It's like they can't find their way out. Anyway, there's no more candy. They have eaten all the candy. So she is in there. There's just a bee. It's not a queen though. So in this particular queen cage, this one just came with fondant. And it wasn't hard like I thought. It was a little squishy. So this whole tube area was filled with fondant candy. And they ate through that to release her. You'll get a few different queen cages depending on the queens you ordered. This one was a buckfast. We have multiple breeds available. So now she's in there, I assume. There's a lot of bees in here. Oh, but they're like going towards this cage. Isn't that funny? So let's see. I don't know if anybody asked any questions, but if you have any questions about installing queens, let us know. We'd be happy to help. I think we might have lost Steph. I see a lot of drones on this side. Not as many on this side you're seeing. Pollen and nectar on this frame. So she's out and about. I'm gonna let them go. I don't really want to do too much disruption because she's probably just been released. And they're not really feeling it today. The weather's not great. So I'm gonna put this frame back and then we'll just talk to you a little bit about queen cages and what it looks like when you get one and how you can install them because we get a lot of questions about that this time of year. I'm always happy to help. It can be a stressful time not knowing what's going on with the bees. I'm just gonna go ahead. Whoops, oh, that's not good. And put the lid on. Make sure that your lid is securely tight on your smoker. Okay. All right. I'll come back here. Okay. So we'll leave the area. We have no more queen in or no more bees in here. You can hear both of us. I don't see stuff right now, so I'm gonna have to take my gloves off and figure this situation out. So okay. I just want to be able to take my gloves off. So for some reason I can't see stuff, so I don't know if she can see me. Anyway, thank you for joining. We're sometimes have technical difficulties. It is what it is. I hope you can hear me. If you have any questions about requeening or queening your hives, so let me turn this off of me somehow. Figure this out. Okay. So for the blue box there, that's the one that I made a split. So I took a box off of there and put it, and it's the white box next to it. So, and then I added a deep because they were already running out of room, and I'm feeding that split. So eventually I'll move the super on top. Hi, thanks for joining. And so I was able to take the queen from that box and put the original queen in that hive. So that's why I needed to requeen that one. Now, looking at the different queen cages we sell, so we have this one here, which is what my Buckfast queen came in. And as I said, there was fondant candy in here. So I just left it as is, pushed it onto some drawn out comb so it would stay, and they ate the candy. If you wanted to do an even slower release, you can leave the candy on. If sometimes they'll come with candy and a cork, and you can leave it as is, then you would go back out 4 or 5 days later and take the cork and the candy off or out. You'd want to do that while you're in the hive, though, not while you're standing up outside of the hive. You want to try to do everything while you're still in the box if you remove the cork so that the queen doesn't go and fly away. And if you want to do a fast release, you can absolutely do that as well. There's different methods of how you want to release your queen. And you can, if there's a cork, so sometimes we have queen cages that are like a wooden queen cage. Those usually have a cork on the other end. You can go in your hive. I would suggest, we have a video on this, but I would suggest, going in the hive with inside of it. And then when you release, take the cork out, make sure the queen goes right onto a frame because you don't want her to go out and fly away. That's the only issue you could have there if you end up doing a quick release for a queen. So there's that one. And there is the marshmallow method, which is also a little controversial. I hadn't realized that, but we do suggest that to beekeepers
Kim,
that, yes,
I'm so
hello.
sorry. I don't know, my settings malfunctioned. I'm sorry, but I am here.
That's okay. No worries. No
I'm here.
worries.
So what did we find out? So sorry.
She's in there somewhere. I just didn't want to pull out all the frames because it's kind of chilly today. I don't want to bother her too much. Another thing is, like, if you know that she's out of the queen cage, it is good to look for her, but I would still let them alone for a little bit because she may not lay immediately. Sometimes it can take a day or two for her to start laying once she's released. And every
Mhm.
time you go in there and open it up, you're disturbing them, setting them back a ways of whatever progress they were making. So while it is a great, you need to know if your queen's in there and everything's good, it's like a fine line of going in there too much or not enough
Yep.
or. So I didn't pull out really any frames. I'm going to let it go and check back at a later
Yes,
time to make sure she's laying.
for sure.
Often places have like a 14-day policy on queen laying. So you do have some time to check, let her go for a week and make sure everything's good in there and then check to see if she's laying. Is that what you would recommend?
That's absolutely what I recommend. I always like to wait on the longer end of
Mm-hmm.
4 or 5 days. I tend to wait. I just did I went to check to see if my queens had been released from the two splits that I did. And I know I waited both of those at least 5 days. When I like
Yeah,
to wait. I think the longer I wait, the better. They'll. That's just me. A lot of people don't like to wait that long at all. It really is just preference. You'll get the hang of it if you're a new beekeeper. You'll get the feel of what you like to do and what you seen works best for your colonies.
that's true. And, I remember being a first year beekeeper and wanting to go in there all the time. I was so excited to see what they were up to. And you just have to try to contain yourself. You learn from the first year for sure. So, and now I'm like, oh, I don't want to
Yeah,
bother them because they're just doing stuff. So you can't not check, but you don't want to check all the time. So, yeah, but
absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
basically
You
just
have
wanted to
to.
make sure she was out of the cage because by day 4 or 5, if you're not having any laying worker issues in your hive, if you're just doing a queen replacement, 4 or 5 days is good. You want to make sure that she's out because you don't want them to not finish eating all that candy and then she's stuck in there. So, we did have a question. What kind of feeders do you use? So in the middle one that I'm feeding, I like to feed internally. I have a lot of mason jars. So I use a mason jar as a feeder and a perforated lid. And so I'm using the winterizing inner cover, but you can use just your regular inner cover and put a perforated lid with, I use Pro Sweet and fill up my mason jar and then put the perforated lid on the, if you're using a regular inner cover, like half of that lid space so they can still get out if they want in the upper entrance.
Mhm.
Um, with the winterizing inner cover, there's just the one hole and then there's a notch on the other side so they can still get out up top if they want. So the winterizing inner cover you can use all year if you want. Just want to flip it when it's the warmer months. So I'm feeding for a little while just because I made the split and want them to be strong because they don't have as many bees as the original hive. When you do a split, when they're so close together like this, a lot of times the um, foragers will go back to the original hive. And as long as you have nurse bees on your split, you'll be okay. And as long as the queen still lays, you'll be okay. But that's why I think there's a lot more bees in that first hive because a lot of them went back there. So, but there's all sorts of feeders. I know the Pro feeder is very popular, and that one you'd remove a frame or two inside your bird box, and you can keep that in there and just refill it as needed. So, and then the top feeder, which just goes right on top, and you fill it with
Yeah,
liquid.
is the top feeder. When we come to feeder time, I think I'm gonna use mine this year.
Oh, good. I'm sure it comes in handy when you're not able to visit your hives quite as often and you want to make sure that they're being fed. The downside of using a mason jar is that you'd have to check it frequently. You don't have to do much disruption. You're just taking off the top box, but you do have to fill it more often than you would fill a pro feeder and a top feeder. I did already go in. I think you missed it. I'm sorry if you did. I was checking on my queen. I just put a queen in that single deep blue box. I put a queen in on Sunday and I just went in there to make sure she was released. All looks well. So I already went in. The weather's not great today. It was just raining and it's about 60 degrees. So I'm not looking to go through all the frames today. The weather kept our gals away from the early spring. Oh man, I know the weather's been crazy. It was just 90 degrees the other day. I think even yesterday for a bit, and now it's 60. So, go figure. But I had done a split, so I wanted to put a queen in that original hive. And happily, she's out, so they seem good. I'm going to check next week to make sure she is laying, but they seem content, so it doesn't seem like they're being aggressive or anything. Hopefully, next week the weather will be better and we can go in longer. I feel like we haven't been able to go in our hives a lot yet. How's everybody else doing? You able to go in your hives? They were only queenless for a couple of days because I last Thursday we did the split. And at first I was going to let them make a queen. I just thought that'd be a fun process. I know it takes a long time, but as I was thinking about it, I realized there weren't really any eggs. There was young larvae. So I didn't really feel like waiting and I wasn't sure what the queen would be like. So I thought, you know what, why not? I can get a queen quickly. So she came and I put her in on Sunday. So that's why we came out today to check. Yeah, I mean, I know there's people out there getting swarms, lots of swarms, but I don't know, not around here. Yeah. So it is nice though that they are busy in there. We have some water in the creek today. Yeah, I would like to have 70s. It's either like 90 or 60. I'm located in northeastern Pennsylvania. Yeah, where are y'all located? Let us know. Oh, okay. I mean, this is typically swarm season, and I know that I've been reading there's lots of people getting swarms, even in my area, just not right here. I mean, I don't think any of ours have swarmed, but we only have a few hives. Oh, wow. How exciting. Thank you for joining us. Very cool. What time is it there? Yeah, there's a lot of bees in here, so they're down at the bottom. Oh, nice. Very nice. I was just in New Jersey over the weekend. Does anybody have any questions about queening or how the queens arrive? So I know we get a lot of questions now about what will the queen cage look like? Will there be candy in it? Will there be a cork? How should I remove it? So, oh, 6:30 the whole day. You're in the future. The whole day has passed. That is very nice. I'm not sure. I'd have to check where Swarmstead is. I hear you, Jim. I know. Everything seems behind. Yeah. It really goes to show the weather is so important. It's like the most important thing with beekeeping. Yeah. Well, at least they're doing well so far. I hope everybody else's hives are doing well. I wasn't sure I'd even be able to get in here today. We're supposed to have rain the rest of the week and the weekend. So that kind of stinks for Memorial, but hopefully everybody gets a chance to check their hives and make splits if needed. Because what happens is the weather stays cool and then all of a sudden gets hot and then the bees are ready to go. Okay, let's see if I can turn it back. Okay, here I am. Thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciate having you. We will work out our technical difficulties someday and prepare to have a beautiful video with you. And here is she is.
Can you
Here she
hear
is.
me?
Yes. Have you been
I
able
am
to hear me
so
this whole time?
I have been it's been dropping in and out for me on this end. I have full bars and everything. I don't know what's happening. I am so sorry.
That's okay. It's like the kinks we have to work out. So everybody, we've gotten a new streaming system that we're just learning about, and we are works in progress because we always learn things the hard way. And
I
um,
feel so terribly bad. I'm sorry.
oh, that's nothing you could do. It's really fine. Don't worry. We're just
Mm.
testing this out. So if we don't, that's why, like, if we don't see you on, we do appreciate you coming on, especially on TikTok. We love you guys so much, and we appreciate all the likes you give us. So if you're out there liking, please keep hearting us and
Yes,
give us
and sharing when you
yeah,
can.
share it. This
And
will be
then
up on YouTube.
next week we'll be together for sure because I can't do this. We should at least have technical difficulties together because this is too much, man, too much.
It's so funny because if it's not one thing, it's another with our like I don't know, streaming methods.
Right. Just when you
Like I
think
feel
you
like
have it
this is
down
a
pat.
yeah, this is a really easy service that we're using, but also we don't know everything about it yet. So we're just
Yeah.
learning. But
Yeah.
everybody is so nice and patient with us, and we appreciate you. If you
Thank
ever have
you.
any questions, I know this is going to stay up on YouTube. It will be on Facebook for about 24 hours if you want to check back and ask us any other questions, or maybe you asked something and we missed it. So we'll go back and check too. But we just really appreciate you tuning in. And if there's anything you'd like to see us do in the future, let us know or how we can improve. So we're about up. Did you have anything you wanted to add? Oh, that's
Well,
Steph, by the way, and I'm Kim, just in case you didn't know that.
I don't have anything I wanted to add since I kind of missed some of it. I'm just really excited that she was released and I can't
Hmm.
wait to see what she does for you. That's super exciting.
Yes, it is exciting. So I know that there were a lot of folks disappointed that they weren't able to get Buckfast packages. So we do have Buckfast Queens available. We'll have
Mhm.
them, throughout the season. That is a good way to try to be able to get the genetics that you want in your hive. So if you weren't able to get a package of Buckfast, you can try getting a queen, which is what I did. And eventually, there'll be Buckfast bees. So there's
Yeah,
always that option.
absolutely. Yeah, that's one thing I do like is the ability to try a different, breed if
Hmm.
you really want to. You know me, I have Russians, and so when I got my queens, that's exactly what I got. And I think I'm gonna have to split at least two more times. So have to get some more queens. Maybe I'll get something
Oh,
different. I don't know.
okay. Well, you've been doing a lot of splitting.
I, Girl, let me tell you, these Russians really came through the winter and they're like, we are just going to show out and show
Hmm.
out they have because we've split them twice. I made two splits and it really looks like I'm going to have to go in there and do at least two more splits on
Oh
them.
my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's great. Like really close together because I've been hearing Nick has a friend whose hive split and then recently split, it seemed again, which like pretty
Well,
close to the first one, which
yeah,
is crazy.
and this is wild because we did two splits and one of the hives that we split after it had already it made its own swarm.
Oh,
So it had
wow.
it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a huge hive,
Hmm.
huge.
That's awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I suppose we'll call it a day if we don't have any other questions or anything. We'll make these a little bit longer as the season goes on.
For
Um,
sure.
we're just checking, learning our new streaming system. So we'll get the hang of it and give you much longer videos if you'd like. But as I said, if you want to, put anything in for us you'd like us to do or see, let us know.
Yep, yep.
I'm
And
glad you
then
were here, Steph.
I'm so sorry for the technical difficulties. Usually we are not apart from each other. So not, I mean, we are, but not during our lives. So next week we'll be back together. No technical difficulties.
Okay. Well, let's fingers crossed because maybe I'll have a technical difficulty.
I mean, I just feel like I walk around in one and it's okay. It's okay.
I think that's true. I think we've been walking on for months, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
fine. Everything's fine.
Everything's Sarah, everything's
Yes.
Sarah.
We're on
Okay.
fire, but it's fine.
It's fine. It's totally fine. Yeah.
Okay, well, we will say goodbye to all of you. Thank you again for joining, liking, commenting. We appreciate you. Glad to see you, Steph, and
Always
we'll be
appreciate
seeing each
you.
other soon.
Yes, absolutely.
Bye.
Have a good one, everyone.
Enjoy your day.